Y'all went elsewhere. But now that y'all see I'm the ticket, now y'all like, oh yeah, we want to fight Terence Crawford. We want Terence Crawford. That's the narrative now.
If Crawford has it in his mind
to fight
Boots, you might as well do it now.
Because now they begging for a fight. Now they want to fight me now. I don't sell, so there's no need for you to even mention my name no more. Don't say Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford has finally spoken about Jaron Boots Ennis, and his comments instantly set off reactions across the boxing scene. The clash between the established champion and the rising generation has reached a new level. Crawford, who shocked the sport by ruling 3 weight classes and dominating Canelo Alvarez on the global stage, now finds himself targeted by one of the most feared young fighters in boxing. At the same time, Boots Ennis is coming off a frightening first-round knockout that only adds to the pressure and intensity surrounding this growing showdown. He is not just creating hype, he is delivering a warning that the super welterweight division is wide open and dangerous for everyone. Just as supporters started believing this massive fight could become reality, Crawford camp responded, and the reaction shocked the boxing world. Make sure to like and subscribe, because this story is only getting started as we break down how this quiet tension suddenly turned into one of the hottest topics in boxing. The question has to be asked seriously from Eddie Hearn. Confident statements to Bull Mac shutting the idea down, and Crawford measured but sharp reply. This saga includes everything that fuels the sport pride legacy and a subtle edge that keeps fans locked in.
Business right now, because if you're Boots, right? And I guess the thing for Canelo is Floyd makes some good money there. Canelo had a nice following. Is there a super big following for Boots outside of just the boxing world?
That's what Max is saying. The market is not that
I know,
big.
but what I'm saying is, like, so the money was like, if I'm Crawford, would I jump out there and fight? Because Boots ain't no easy fight.
Jaron Boots Ennis has never lacked belief in himself, but after his most recent showing, that belief exploded into something impossible to overlook. During his first fight at 154 pounds, Ennis tore through Usman Lima with shocking ease. The bout featured 2 knockdowns and ended in the opening round looking far more like a destruction than a simple introduction to a new division. The audience had hardly settled into their seats before Lima was dropped to the floor, and in that instant Boots Ennis made it clear he is a serious threat at super welterweight. Almost immediately, the online reaction exploded. Fans on X, formerly Twitter, began demanding one fight above all else: Boots versus Bud, with many saying it is high risk and little reward for Crawford, and even claiming Boots is the one fighter capable of beating him. The statistics only fueled that excitement, with 35 wins, no losses, and 31 knockouts, which reads less like a resume and more like a warning. A young, determined fighter, still unbeaten, now stepping into the division once ruled by Crawford. He is now openly challenging the fighter many consider the best in the world, and while fans were losing control imagining a Crawford versus Ennis showdown, one key figure was not moved at all. Crawford, longtime trainer, did more than cool the hype. He shut it down completely. Speaking from the UK, Brian Bomac McIntyre, who serves as Crawford head trainer and chief strategist, answered the noise surrounding Ennis' call-out, and his message was crystal clear. He said Ennis offers nothing and made it clear the fight is not happening. That single statement landed hard and instantly deflated excitement among Ennis supporters.
No, he don't bring nothing to the table. He got our leftovers. Why would Bud want to go back? Why would we want to go backwards? Bud looking for bigger and better fights, so where he can etch his name in the concrete forever. I don't know, because I really don't look at none of the welterweight since we did clear the division out.
But Bomac did not stop with that response. He explained it in simple terms. Crawford is 38 years old, a multi-division, undisputed champion with nothing left to prove. Ennis is only 28, still building his name, and has not faced anyone close to Crawford level. While Ennis is chasing big names, Bomac suggested Crawford is focused on legacy and that legacy already speaks loudly. Crawford dominated Errol Spence Jr. to become undisputed at welterweight, then moved up to 168 and made Canelo Alvarez look ordinary, which few believed was possible. In every weight class Crawford enters, he does not just win, he takes full control.
They made it look so easy. You know what I'm saying? 2-3 more in him. You know what I'm saying? Train camp will try harder. You know what I'm saying?
Bulak made it clear in his view this was not a rivalry, but a gap in experience and motivation. He believes Crawford has already completed his journey, while Ennis is only at the beginning of his story. However, many people in boxing did not see it that way. To them, those remarks sounded less like confidence and more like hesitation. One voice in particular was ready to respond without holding back, and anyone familiar with Eddie Hearn knows he never softens his words.
Absolutely incredible. I was just actually posting and I said this. I've worked with some incredible fighters. This young man is a phenomenon. He's 28 years old. He's 35-0. He has incredible defensive skills and footwork, but he comes to seek and destroy and has brutal KO power. Please enjoy at Jaron Ennis' journey. I need to do my job because he will not lose from 154 pounds all the way to 168 pounds.
When it comes to his fighter Jaron Boots Ennis, Eddie Hearn is fully committed. In a recent interview with The Stomping Ground, Hearn delivered one of the boldest claims of his career. He said people can try to dismiss it, but he does not care because he believes Jaron Boots Ennis is the best fighter in boxing right now. This did not sound like typical promoter hype, but genuine belief. Hearn went even further, saying Ennis is not just the next man after Crawford, but already ahead of him. He pointed out that Ennis is only 28 years old, which puts him a full decade younger than Terence Crawford.
However he wants with Virgil Ortiz.
Honestly,
anybody, wherever I want, as long as I'm focused and locked in, having a great training camp, and like I said, I feel great at 154, and it's time. Like I said to Eddie, bring him on.
Hearn made it clear he believes the conversation is only just beginning, calling Ennis the most exceptional fighter he has ever worked with. He claimed that Ennis would run through opponents like Virgil Ortiz Jr. and anyone else competing at 154. From Hearn perspective, Boots is not simply the next version of Crawford, but an entirely different force. That level of confidence poured more fuel on the debate, dividing fans between those who feel Ennis still needs to prove himself and others who think he is already destined for the top. Even so, the boxing world was not unanimous, and a respected figure stepped in to offer a more measured viewpoint.
Hell yeah, I think Boots is a hell of a fighter. I don't know about the natural sensation, whatever that is, to Terence Crawford. I think Boots is his own fighter, Terence is his own fighter, but
that voice belonged to Shakur Stevenson. And when the WBC lightweight champion talks, people pay attention. Known for staying calm and speaking honestly, Shakur did not hesitate to respect Boots while keeping things grounded. In an interview with Fight Hub TV, he said Boots is a great fighter, but he is his own man, and Terence is his own man as well. It was a quiet but strong reminder that true greatness cannot be copied. Stevenson acknowledged Ennis' skill and said he is the real deal, but made it clear that calling him Crawford replacement is too early. Boots is building his own journey, and before anyone places a crown on his head, he still needs to prove himself against championship-level competition with names like Virgil Ortiz Jr., Erickson Lubin, or even Jermel Charlo standing in the way.
I think they both hell of a fighters. I've been around Boots for years, and he's the truth.
And last one for me, I'll let you go. Obviously, everyone's talking about a potential fight, you and Teofimo. Is there any updates to that? I mean, is that something that you are looking towards?
Yeah, that's the fight I want. So, ain't no updates. I don't speak business until the deal is done. So, nothing to talk about.
Stevenson's comments brought perspective to the debate. It wasn't about who could make the loudest claim, but about who could show it inside the ropes. With Ennis's knockout victory still top of mind for fans, the spotlight now shifted to Crawford to answer the challenge, because whether people admire him or not, when Terence Crawford speaks, the boxing world pays attention.
To be honest, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I said, everything's up in the air right now. I'm just, enjoying my family, enjoying, to be able to say, look what I accomplished.
When Terence Crawford finally responded to all the buzz, he kept it calm and measured. He didn't rant or throw digs. He spoke with quiet authority on his appearance on All the Smoke with Andre Ward. Crawford dismissed the hype and made clear he isn't losing any sleep over call-out, saying, "I'm chilling." I don't know what I'm going to do next. He showed no bravado or manufactured drama. Just a fighter who has already accomplished everything he set out to achieve.
Or what I'm about to accomplish next. So, I'm just chilling right now. I haven't even got the time to sit down with my team and talk with them and, you know, things like that. I talk with my family. I know with my family more, but, you know, it's a team effort.
He spoke about spending time with family, reflecting on his achievements, and letting the future play out on its own terms. But beneath that calm demeanor was a clear message. Crawford isn't avoiding anyone. He sets the pace and acts on his own schedule. At 38, his career isn't about proving anything anymore. It's about continuing to add chapters to an already legendary story. He's accomplished what very few fighters in history have, becoming undisputed in multiple divisions, defeating elite opponents, and building a legacy that spans generations. His words made it clear. If Ennis wants a shot, he'll have to earn it.
You know, all these guys that see now, they say, oh, he's the ticket. Win, lose, or draw, he's the ticket. I'll fight Terence Crawford. Come on, man. Boots had a chance to fight him.
For fans craving action, Crawford's calm only fueled more questions. Was this the quiet before another storm, or the peace of a man who has already proven himself? Either way, Crawford's camp wasn't done speaking, and what came next only intensified the discussion. For weeks, fans have clamored for a Crawford versus Ennis matchup, treating it like the fight everyone wants. Ennis's biggest win came against Iontantis Dionis, a capable fighter, but one who only held a title vacated by Crawford. Bomac didn't hesitate to make a point. The belts Ennis claimed were originally Crawford's. There's the key difference.
Do you think a move to 160 would make sense?
I mean, if you want to do it, you know, it'd be a challenge. If you want to challenge yourself, yeah, I don't mind.
Meanwhile, Crawford's record reads like a Hall of Fame resume from his early lightweight days to conquering welterweight. He's defeated world champions across 3 divisions every time he moved up in weight. He didn't take easy opponents. He faced the best and made them look ordinary. Compare the debuts. Crawford at 147 fought Jeff Horn, the man who had beaten Manny Pacquiao and dominated him. Ennis at 154 faced Usman Lima, a skilled but lesser-known fighter, and stopped him in 1 round. Bomac pointed out that it's simply not the same level of challenge. He emphasized that Crawford is chasing history, not hype, having recently beaten Canelo Alvarez in a division many doubted he could handle. And now at 38, Crawford has earned the right to pick only the fights that enhance his legacy.
I beat this guy. It's his excuse. I beat this guy. You know, he's too young or whatever. So I'm never really going to give my full respect until afterwards. Yes, you know, it's a lot of people that's changing their narrative. Like, man, y'all watching something great right now, and we not appreciating it. And it's sad to say that we waking up at the tail end of his career.
For Crawford's team, Ennis isn't seen as a real threat. He's more of a distraction. But here's the twist. If the fight were truly insignificant, why is everyone talking about it? To the fans, it isn't meaningless. It's magnetic. On social media, Crawford versus Boots has become more than a debate. It's a generational fantasy fight, pitting experience against explosiveness, precision against power, and legacy against ambition. Scroll through X, Reddit, or YouTube comments, and it's everywhere. Fans aren't just curious. They're demanding it for them. It's no longer about belts. It's about pride. Some see it as Crawford's ultimate test, a final boss battle before entering the Hall of Fame. Others view it as Ennis's chance at instant immortality, the fight that could catapult him to global superstar status. One viral comment summed it up. If Crawford wins, he cements himself as the greatest of this generation. If Ennis wins, he becomes boxing's future. What started as fantasy has morphed into obsession. Analysts are already breaking down the matchup. Crawford's switch-hitting chess versus Ennis's raw athleticism. Both fighters are known for timing, reflexes, and knockout power, making it a stylistic dream to catch. Crawford reportedly said he'd only take the fight for a 9-figure payday, around $100 million.
You know, but now everybody, oh, I fight Terence, or I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, okay, cool. When y'all had y'all opportunity, you know, y'all went elsewhere. But now that y'all see I'm the ticket, now y'all like, oh yeah, we want to fight Terence Crawford. We want Terence Crawford. That's the narrative now.